Let's talk about something that's, well, it's really tough. What happens when someone you love can no longer make their own medical decisions? Who gets the final say? It's a huge question, isn't it? Today, we're going to walk through a hypothetical case that gets right to the heart of this. A family at a crossroads, caught between what doctors are recommending and what their own fears are telling them.
Okay, so picture this. Our story starts with a 72-year-old woman, and on day one, it all seems pretty simple. It's just a fever. But things take a turn, and they take a turn fast. By day 4, she's in the hospital. We're talking a serious infection. And then, just one day later, day 5, she loses consciousness. Suddenly, she can't speak for herself at all.
The medical team, they are on it. They run a CT scan and bam, they find the problem. It's a really nasty infection deep in her pelvic cavity. The doctors, they know exactly what they need to do, surgery, and it has to happen right away to save her life. So from a medical standpoint, the answer's crystal clear. But the human side of this? Oh, that's where things are about to get really complicated.
And that's the core of it, right? We have a life or death decision that needs to be made, right now. But the patient can't give consent. Someone else has to decide for her. So the big question is, who? Who makes that call?
All right, so let's bring in the family, because of course, they're right there at the center of all this. The problem? They are completely divided. You can just feel the love they have for her, but there's also a ton of fear, and that love and fear are about to collide, big time.
So here's the breakdown of the standoff. You've got the husband on one side. He's saying, yes, let's do the surgery. I trust the doctors. But on the other side, they're adult children, and they're saying, no way. Now, it's not coming from a bad place. They're terrified. You see, they just lost another family member after a very similar operation, and they're scared it's going to happen all over again. And here's another layer to this. The kids are also chipping in to help pay for the medical bills.
So the family's at a complete standstill. What happens now? Well, this is where we have to look at the law. What does it say? Who legally gets to make this call? Turns out there's a pretty clear-cut answer.
The law sets up what's called an order of proxy. You can think of it like a chain of command for decision-making. At the very top, number 1, is always the spouse. If there's no spouse, then it goes to the adult kids. After that, it would be grandparents, then a brother or sister, and finally, a legally appointed guardian. In our case, remember, the patient has a husband.
Okay, so there you have it. Legally, the husband gets the final say. His yes is all that's technically needed. So, case closed, right? Problem solved? Well, not so fast. Because what's legally correct isn't always the whole story, you know? There's a huge difference between having the legal authority and actually leading a family through a crisis.
And that's exactly why we need to look beyond just what the law books say. When you're dealing with these incredibly intense medical situations, things like family history, culture, and just the way a family communicates, all of that stuff plays an absolutely massive role. Yeah, check out this quote. It really hits the nail on the head. In some cultures, other immediate family members oftentimes play a decisive role, especially when they help pay for medical expenses. Sound familiar? That's exactly what's going on in our story. The children's financial support, their deep emotional investment, it gives them a really powerful voice here, even if it's not the legal voice. And just ignoring them could break the family apart for good.
So this really changes how we should think about the proxy's job. It's not just about being the person who signs the papers or gives the okay. The legal proxy's real role, in this case, the husband's role, is so much bigger. It's about leadership. I mean, think about it. The best possible outcome here isn't one person making a call while everyone else is upset or scared. No, the real goal, the thing that's best for the patient and for the family in the long run, is getting everyone on the same page. It's about finding unanimity, a decision that everyone can stand behind. So what does that kind of leadership actually look like? Well, the proxy's true job is to make sure everyone in the family has all the medical information, to help them talk through the ethics of it all, and to work tirelessly to get everyone to agree. The whole point is to strengthen the family, not fracture it. Because that's how you prevent all the guilt and the blame and the what-ifs that can haunt a family for years and years. And that leaves us with one final, really important question. Because this isn't just some story, right? This is a situation any one of us could face. So put yourself in those shoes. If you were the one with the legal power to decide, but you were facing opposition from people you love, how would you even start that conversation? How would you try to lead your family to a consensus? It's a heavy question, for sure, but it's one that's so much better to think about now before a crisis ever arrives.